What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. It is the 27th day of March, and here we are, my friends. Here we are at about $461. We have gone nowhere and nowhere fast. We actually, today, technically went all the way up to 473. I didn't even see that. When the hell did that happen? Was that in the beginning of the day or something? What happened? I don't even know. That did, yeah, it happened in the very beginning of the day. While I was sleeping, probably. I would assume. I wasn't looking at the Bitcoin Cash chart. I was too busy talking smack on X. That's what it was. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. 1 hour time frame. Getting over a cold. I feel so much better, but man, whew, that one was weird. It was really weird. It was like fierce for a couple days there, but it was really just this slow building deep kind of cough. Anyways, $461 right now. Odd price action, talking about weird things, right? We've got a little bit of whoop, that's not what I meant to do. What is going on with TradingView, man? You guys, TradingView is being weird. Like, you're supposed to click this and then it just goes to it. You're not supposed to have to do this. TradingView is definitely being weird. It's been glitching out lately. I hope it's not an update, because that's an update. That's a down date. Anyways, getting distracted here. The volume's picking up a little bit, but we're not doing anything. We're being weird in our price action. We could go lower. You know, Bitcoin's going lower, but I don't think if we go lower that we're going to go too much lower. I really do think that here this is probably a suitable area to find the low. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I am thinking about going long right here. I think that Bitcoin Cash looks pretty good for an entry. Look, I have to click this and then click that. What is going on? I'm going to refresh the page because I think that could be what it is. And we're gonna try again. Meanwhile, we'll just go over to Bitcoin here. Yeah, it's just that tab. Something's wrong with that tab. You know, maybe if I just do BCH USD here, pull it up on Coinbase. Yeah, that'll be better, because then watch, if I just click that, boom, it performs as it should. Okay, anyways. Sorry, guys. 1 hour time frame here. RSI looks odd, so does the price action. Stochastics look cooled off, really. And the MACD looks like it's actually ready to cross back up above this 0 point here. So there's some bullish implications for sure. Weird RSI, but everything else actually seems a bit reset and ready to come to the upside here. If we look at this on the 4 hour time frame, the RSI does have a little bit of bullish divergence. We are bouncing off the 0 level. The MACD also has a little bit of bullish divergence. We are bouncing off the 0 level here, or we're potentially finding support here. And the stochastics are reset themselves. If we look at this from the relative high here to the relative low to the relative high, we're right in the heart of the golden ratio zone. Really volatile price action here. We did back test this as resistance. This could imply that we go lower. If we do go lower, 451 to 454 is a possible target area. And it's a suitable target area. We don't want to go below 450 though. We don't want to do that, okay? If we go below 450, I'm gonna be talking about prices that might be below $400 if we do that. Looking at this on the 4 hour though, for what it's worth, it more seems to me that we're at a point where we've reset and we're ready to move up. We didn't move down with volume. We just reset. I think we're ready to move up. And you guys, the thing here is we've found resistance in this area once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, like, and notice how they're getting closer together, right? At some point here, pretty soon, we're going to see the breakout move, and I'm going to say the same thing that I did here, probably the same thing that I did here, and even the same thing that I did here. I think that it's now. I think this time, right? And one of these times are going to be right. I do think that we're going to be breaking out pretty soon, and when we break out, because from this perspective, it's not an if, but a when we break out, we will likely see the price increase all the way up to this $430 to $450 area, maybe 500 or 420, maybe more. Maybe we do go all the way up to 500. I mean, we look at this high to this low here. The golden ratio itself is at 570 to 590, and I wouldn't be surprised. Wait, I'm sorry. I said the wrong things. I said 420. My bad. 540. I don't know what numbers I was saying. I'm sorry. This is my second video of the day. I just woke up. I got good sleep, but man, 540. 540 is the target area. Okay, somewhere in that range. If we take this relative high here, this relative low, come, there we go, that low. The golden ratio here is at 520 to 532. So we could stop somewhere around here. We could stop a little bit higher. If it's an exuberant pump, I mean, we really could see something fantastic come out of this. But I'm thinking that what we're going to do is we're probably going to find resistance somewhere in this area. We'll continue to build, and then inevitably we will get above this point. I think that's whenever the real magic's going to happen. We get above 585, and at that point, the only thing left to do really is to go all the way up to like these levels here, above $700, maybe up to like $800 even. Crazy, crazy stuff. Bitcoin's in a bear market, but Bitcoin Cash technically is not in a bear market. I mean, we look at Bitcoin Cash, it's not in a bear market. It's not even in a bear market versus Bitcoin. BCH to BTC. Right? Name an altcoin that's not in a bear market versus Bitcoin right now. And I'm not talking about a 1 month trend to the upside. I'm talking about an actual bull market, or actually just at least not being in a bear market. Bitcoin Cash, you guys, versus Bitcoin has been in an uptrend since February of 2025. We've been moving up. Now, for its whole life, sure, this is not the chart that we're going to use to brag, but there are aspects of it that are exciting. You've got this rounded bottom look, this frying pan saucer pattern look. You've got this point of resistance here. Oops. I didn't mean to draw it down like that. We build up to this, we break that out. It's going to look like we have a giant W pattern here. A little Wu-Tang Clan, ain't nothing to mess with, right? And we're probably going to move above these points here, above a 2.6 to 3%, maybe even 5% kind of level of BCH to BTC. I'm just kind of curious, because if Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin's worth like, let's say 70K at the time, 1% would be $700, 2% would be $1,400, right? Is that right? That's crazy. I mean, we could see some crazy stuff, guys. We really could. I've kind of written off my expectations for this pump to happen anytime soon, but the reality is we're on the fringe of greatness in this expansion. And if and when we do get this expansive move to come in, it's not going to be a small thing. It will take us above this highs. We will see prices that are above $2,000, probably below $4,500, but somewhere in this upper limits of Bitcoin Cash's history, because we have our own W pattern working out here as well. And there is a possibility where we do just rip all the way up to new all-time highs. That can absolutely happen. Absolutely it can. I just think we'll get above this point. I think we will be worth like more than $2,000 and probably getting up to this 3,000. Come on. Come now. I'm just going to move it over here. I don't really care, to be exact. $3,600 level. I think that's where we're going to move to when the breakout happens. And if it happens by the end of this year, great. If we consolidate more, if we got to do our thing and then it's sometime in 2027, great, whatever. I don't care. It's a blip in the history of Bitcoin Cash's existence, right? Kind of exciting. I mean, just with how this is going, we're getting to crunch time, guys. I mean, it will be sometime between now and the end of Q3 that we can test, or sorry, Q2. Sometime between now and the end of Q2. Yeah. Wait, April, May, June, July. No, Q3. Sorry. Sometime between now and the end of Q3, that we can test this level here. And what we do afterwards, I'm not expecting that we reject down and see a lower low. I'm expecting a massive breakout. And yeah, it'll just be really cool to see what goes on with that. I want to actually expand upon this thought while we're here, okay? Because imagine we do break out. Imagine we do get above this high. Bitcoin Cash will be worth probably 3% or more of a BTC. 3% or more, okay? Bitcoin at that time going into Q3, I'm expecting will be closer to 50K. See, but what? Bitcoin's going to be flourishing to the downside in its bear market, and Bitcoin Cash is going to be breaking out. See, I don't see that happening. But let's pretend that that does happen. This is what makes me think that this breakout, this exuberant move, is not going to happen this year, but probably sometime next year. Or if it does happen this year, it'll be after Bitcoin is bottomed. So we might just be range bound until then, you know, and that's okay. That's what that would look like, right? Because this is December of this year, so we could be range bound. We could do this exact same thing for a little bit longer. But let's pretend that we do break out before the end of this year, and that before the end of this year we're worth multiple thousands of dollars. If we were to break out, my assumption would be from here that we would probably go up to this level. We take the high. This is the BCH to BTC chart in case anybody's confused, right? Golden ratio is there. I mean, maybe we stop at the golden ratio. If we entertain that, let's be conservative. Let's not be exuberant, right? If we stopped there, that's at prior support there. It doesn't quite get to that point of resistance, and if this were to be a W pattern overall, I know you can't see it here, but just trust me, that's like basically how the W would look. You would expect to go above this high, so it would actually make more sense to go up here around 3.2 to 3.7%. Let's be conservative instead. Let's take that line at 2.3%. So if Bitcoin Cash was worth 2.3% of a BTC, and Bitcoin was around 50K, that would only put it at $1,000, which also doesn't make sense to me. I don't see that happening. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I'm actually getting a call from somebody that I need to take. I think that we're going to move up, guys. I really expect that, 540 to 530 is what we've got going for us. So just that's what I'm holding out for. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. We're probably going to bounce soon. Bye-bye.